What's up, ladies and gentlemen? So I've been getting this question asked multiple times, and I thought I'd just address it to a bigger audience so that way everyone can kind of see these tips and tricks. So as seen in the title, how do you manage crystals? Now, a lot of people have been asking me, like, how do you have so many crystals? And of course, I do use a lot of crystals, and sometimes I will get a pack or two and save crystals, of course, because crystal refills are probably the best way to go. But that is a completely different story. That's how to spend it, okay? So how do you manage crystals? Like, what is the best way to manage it? So the first thing I'm going to tell you is what not to do with your crystals. When you have crystals, if you're a free-to-play player, what I would suggest for you not to do would basically be don't buy premium packs. If you really refresh or if you play the game a lot and you're constantly feeling like you're out of energy, don't buy premium packs. You're going to get so many more mystical scrolls by refilling energy and doing dungeons, B10 dungeons. I get about 1 to 2 mystical scrolls per day, maybe 3, through refills, and I probably refill about 5 times a day. And that's just because I'm constantly running it. Sometimes I'm doing other things. Sometimes I'm not on my phone. Sometimes I'm at the gym, other stuff like that, right? So sometimes you're not going to be refilling it. But when you are refilling it, you're going to be constantly doing that dungeon, and there's a small chance it's going to drop a scroll. And when you get those scrolls, obviously it'll add up, and it's not going to be as fast as a premium pack. Bang, boom, done, you got your scrolls. You are going to have mana stones, a lot of mana stones from doing that kind of stuff. You're going to have a lot more better runes because you're going to be farming for runes, obviously. And it's just going to be a better way to go. Now, if you don't want to do that, ooh, that's rough. Someone just got a fake 5-star, sorry. If you don't want to do that, if you are so convinced to use crystals on premium packs, I would suggest to at least save 1,000 crystals. And even on Farmer Fill account, which I haven't bid on in quite a while, I apologize about that. Even with Farmer Fill, I have around 800 crystals, and I'm only using it for refills. That's the only thing I'm doing it for, and I don't even have max energy on that on him. And that brings me to my second point, which is the glory buildings. Now, I know this is a crystal video, but this actually ties in. The first things you should be doing for your glory buildings is the Sanctum of Energy. First off, that is the number one priority. Some people will tell you to do this mysterious plant, but I am just going to say, I would say no, and I'd say go for that Sanctum of Energy immediately, because getting your max energy as high as you can, because you do get max energy as you level up, but you do also get it from the Sanctum of Energy. It's a big important issue, okay? Because if you're going to be refilling, you only refills to your max amount of energy. So say you only have 40 max on your energy, it's only going to give you 40 back. That means your refill is half the amount that it would give me since I've got 80. So that's a big problem. Okay, that is a very big problem. The next one you're going to want to max is also Mysterious Plant, right? Because the Mysterious Plant increases the production speed of your energy, which is also very important, because if you're getting a lot of energy, being produced and stuff like that, I believe the time is about 3 minutes now for one energy. You're going to be spending less on refills because, obviously you're getting more energy return, and you're also going to get energy return from dungeons and stuff like that. So that's a big factor. You think it's small, but it is actually a huge factor in the way that you spend your crystals. Another thing that I actually think is actually quite good. I didn't buy it for a while, which regrettably, but I think a lot of people should start on early. I did on Farmer Phil early. I don't regret it. The Crystal Titan. It costs 300 crystals. It nets you 3 crystals per day, 1 per hour, or 1 per 8 hours, and there's 24 hours. You guys got the math. 3 a day. So it's going to take you 100 days, or a little bit over 3 months, to get the return of those crystals back. But that's 100 days. That's a long time. But I've been playing this game for about a year and 6 months now, and probably was like 2 months in till I bought the Crystal Titan. So let's just say I've been playing for about a year. That's 12 months. So profit, of course, is around 1,000 to 1,100 crystals, give or take a few days worth of crystals, right? So that's a little bit over 1,000, okay? That's a lot. That is a lot. And that's almost 2 premium packs a year. And that doesn't sound like much, but it's for free. You don't have to do anything. You just kind of invest 300 crystals in, and boom, it's going to give you free crystals every single day now. So big factor there. You're also forced to buy the crystal mine early on, I believe. Or no, I don't think you're forced to buy it, but I think it like suggests you to buy it when you're early on. I don't think anyone hasn't bought this. If you haven't, you're crazy. But it does give you 1 per 10 hours, which is not as much as Crystal Titan, but hey, it's not bad. Another thing that people seem to confuse on is these things right here, the Gusty Cliffs and the Crystal Lake. I never bought them. I never regretted buying them. I never use this thing over here, right? Where is it? Right here. I never use it. I have no intentions of using it. I use double EXP, which I'm on actually right now, so I need to get to it. So yeah, I never buy it. If you guys actually go AFK a lot, you could if you really want to, but I would highly suggest you not to buy these things. They cost way too much. It's so many monsters being placed there that it's such a slow. It's 150 EXP. Okay, just in comparison, in double EXP you get about 3,000 from Fame on Hell mode when you're ready to farm. 3,000 per run, per monster, all 4 monster spots filled, compared to the 150 EXP per hour. That's nuts. That is so small, and that is just absolutely insignificant. Okay, in my opinion. Okay, you guys feel free to disagree. If you guys want to buy these 900 crystals, it's out of your pocket. But I never regretted buying them. That's 900 crystals I never had to spend. That is a lot of refills. A lot. That's 30 refills right there. So that's a lot of mana stones, it's a lot of runes, etc. But essentially, you got to know what to spend it on, right? Now, on top of that, if you're not going to be buying premium packs, what are you going to be doing? What is the best way to spend your crystals? Well, I would say the best way is to spend on refills. And a lot of people seem to kind of mistake the funness of summoning with the progression that is Summoner's War. You need to really progress or you're going to get bored really fast, you know? And it is hard to progress in this game. And when you refill, you'll notice that you will get Mystical Scroll drops. If you don't have the time to refill, you can buy premium packs if you'd like for a little bit of entertainment value. But I would just suggest have it down on your lap playing on auto mode. That is why it's so important to have the auto feature finished so you have your autoing team ready so you don't have to like look at it and do it on your own, because playing for like 8 hours just clicking around, that's got to be terrible. So auto mode, big thing. You just keep autoing the dungeons, refills. This is nothing new. Okay, definitely nothing new. But the stuff within the shop on the crystals that you spend on and stuff like that, that is a big thing. And a lot of people seem to always want to buy premium packs. Another big thing also, a lot of people like talk about the EXP boosters and which ones are kind of worth it. You know, should I buy the 3-day EXP booster? Should I buy the 1-day EXP booster? Think of it this way. The average person sleeps around 8 hours per day, right? If you buy the EXP booster, you're probably not going to be farming for a day unless you're crazy and you want to stay up all night. So you're probably going to be farming it for about 16 hours. That's 100 crystals for those 16 hours. If you want to do it for the 3 days, that's going to be, I mean, if you're sleeping for around 8 hours, it's going to be basically 2 days, right? Essentially 2 days of farming, assuming that you're farming nonstop, okay? And it charges 200 crystals. So you're going to be farming for 2 days, charges you 200 crystals. You're going to be farming for 16 hours, charges you 100. You can see the discount there. I mean, even the discount's apparent. 1 day 100, 3 days 200, you know. It's there. But on top of that, you have to take into account that you're forced to do double EXP and you're not allowed to basically do any of the other stuff. Otherwise, you're wasting the EXP booster. On top of that, you also have to take into account that a lot of people kind of switch and forth, back and forth between dungeons, you know, other stuff like that, events, and not always doing double EXP booster. And then you also have to take into account the refilling, because a lot of people like to refill during double EXP booster. The way I look at it is, if you're going to be spending on EXP booster, right? The way you want to do it is I buy 1 day or 12 hours, because honestly, you get so many of these things. Like I've had 3 in this past week from events. Yeah, honestly, you don't even need to buy these because you get so many, and there's a lot of events and stuff like that too. So if you do buy the EXP booster, I would spend the full day that you have awake 1 day just doing them, because the amount of difference between the 1 day and the 3 day of progression, it's not worth that little discount. Because not only is it more expensive, you're probably not going to be farming that full 3 days. It's probably going to be the same amount of if you just bought 2 1-day EXP boosters. So yeah. And then if you do decide to buy premium packs or summoner's pack, go for the premium pack. The summoner pack is not worth it. Just bang for the buck, looking at all these things. The summoner pack is actually 75 crystals per scroll, and then you get the mana stones to summon those scrolls, and you also get a random Angemon. But with the premium pack, you get 11 scrolls instead of the 10, because it's 75 per scroll, right? 75 crystals per scroll, which is a regular crystal summon. And then you get the 100,000 mana stones to summon it. You'll have to put 10,000 of your own in there to summon one scroll, that last scroll, and then you also get an Angemon for each attribute, which is kind of, I would say negligible, but a lot of people like those Angemon. But I never really use them because I usually just use the double EXP anyways, since you get so many from events. Seriously, guys, you guys get a ton of EXP boosters from events. Use them. Also, keep an eye out for the double EXP events because they're awesome. Okay, so moving on. We went over the premium packs. We went over the EXP boosters. Name change is, if you need it. And then, of course, Cash Shop. Now, early game players, should you be focusing on Arena? And the answer is no. Now, well, to an extent, okay? It's a maybe. So, when you go into Arena... Oh, it's double Mana Stones. Okay, I gotta make this quick, guys. Double Mana Stones. Big event, alright? You see that up here? Right there. Says it. Okay? So, big deal. Okay? Last thing, Rivals. A lot of people don't do their Rivals. I'm doing them now more than I used to. The latest one is 60-hour wait. It's a lot. But if you count up all the crystals, it is 20 crystals on all of these. And some of them it's 6 hours. Some of them it's 8 hours, 12 hours. This one's going to be ready up in 24 minutes. I would suggest midweek, if you're rushing, let's say you're a more mid-game player, that's kind of acceptable. But these things right here, these guys, they give you crystals when you beat them. They also give you +3 glory points. If you look at the actual the rewards and stuff for the glory points, I actually don't know how to pull that up. I forgot. But when you pull it up, it tells you what you get per ranking and stuff like that when you beat it and whatever. It's 3 for challenger or beginner, and then it's 4 for when you're in fighter, and then it's 5 for when you're in conqueror or higher. So when you kind of take that into account, if you are a conqueror level player and you're doing rival battles, well, of course you're losing glory points, and glory points are a huge deal because glory buildings actually apply everywhere. You increase your attack power glory building, you increase your attack power in every single monster in every single location of the game. I'm dead serious. It's not for arena, it's everywhere in the game. So that is a big factor that plays in. So if you're a pay to play and you're a conquer level player, then probably you don't need to do rivals. But it's 20 crystals from all of these guys. Some of them are less time, some of them are more time. So I'm probably going to say you probably make around 150. That's a guesstimation, rough one. 150 a week, more or less. Kind of. Actually, that's probably not right. It's probably more like 100. If you really are mid-game or end-game player, I would still suggest doing them because it's a lot of crystals, and actually I don't really run out of crystals. You get stuff from World Boss, you get, which I have to do my World Boss now, you get from World Boss, you get from Arena, you get from events, you get a lot of crystals, guys, and I would suggest hold on to your crystals. Don't buy premium packs. Fill up your refills. You get energy return from that, from each refill, because you're doing runs and you get more energy per run. You also get crystal return because sometimes crystals drop in scenario mode. You get a lot of return from your crystals. Mana stones. You get runes, better runes, stuff like that. Actual account progression. Actually, I'm going to be honest with you, going off on a tangent because that's pretty much every single aspect to it. There's really not much to it, guys. I'm gonna show you guys which natural 5 stars I summoned from premium packs. Okay, I summoned this guy and Vanessa and Lagmon. Those three were the only monsters, only natural 5 stars I summoned from premium packs. Just to give you an idea. Everything else was from Trial of Ascension, which you also get 1,400 crystals per week, or sorry, per month, if you can do both stages. Both hard mode, normal mode. But if you can only do more normal mode, which is actually not that hard, normal mode gives you 700 crystals and then gives you a lot of scrolls to summon and summoning pieces as well. You also get crystals on each stage, right? Every 5 stages, or well, I should say every 10 stages, but it's on every 5th stage. So 5, 15, 25, etc. So if you can't complete all of TOA, it's okay. You just go up to that 5th one as much as possible. Big deal, okay? So just taking that into account, you also get a lot of crystals from other stuff. So not a huge deal if you don't buy premium packs. So this is more or less my crystal management and my stop buying premium packs video. Don't do what I do on some of these videos where I summon. It's best to just hold on to your crystals, or at least hold on to 1,000, because 1,000 is a safe way to go. I'm gonna end this off with a kind of a duh moment, okay? Never refill these things, okay? You should never refill on these. Well, these is different because that's actual money. But these guys right here, not worth it. 30 crystals is an actual refill. I get around 120 to 150,000 mana stones, which is good. Should be double right now because I should be doing double mana right now. But that's 3 times as much than that right there. And what do you think it is for the rest of these things? 1,000 crystals worth 2.1 million mana stones? That's worth way more than that. But seriously though, it is a lot of refills and it is a lot of mana stones. So don't ever buy these mana things. Not worth it. Arena invitation refilling during rush hour if you need to, if you're pushing rank. I would only do one. Otherwise, you're starting to push past that profit gain. If you get a lower rank and you don't refill, not a big deal, because if you refilled, you'd probably be getting less crystals than if you didn't refill. Make sense? It's such small differences between ranks, between the crystals that they get, that it's not a big noticeable difference. Also with the energy, obviously, you got to refill energy to do dungeons. But that's it, guys. I'm going to go farm double mana stones. This is kind of, addressing the whole premium pack stuff and what to spend your crystals on. Seriously, guys, you got to manage your crystals correctly. Be careful on what you use them on, and don't be dumb with them, okay? Just be smart. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I know it's kind of a long rant kind of video, more rambling, but let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys next time.